Basil is bountiful in the summer, and I'm showing you how to use it to make the classic basil pesto. Classic basil pesto is made with very simple, very few ingredients. It's all about bringing this aroma to life. I could just bathe in this. The ingredients are very simple. Of course, you're gonna start with the basil. This is so aromatic, my favorite herb of all time. Next, garlic. You've gotta have the fresh stuff, just a few cloves. Don't get that stuff in the jar with all that liquid. And then pine nuts. Now these are a little pricey, but they make it. They're so rich and buttery, and they just make the sauce a little creamy. If you're making a big batch or want something a little more affordable or just want to change the flavor up a little bit, you can always use toasted walnuts. You don't have to do this, but I think it really makes the flavor just so much better if you toast them a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my pine nuts. Just add them to a dry skillet or put them in the oven. So I'm just gonna get these on the stove, just on low, just to kind of bring out some of those oils. Next ingredient, Parmesan cheese. You gotta get it freshly grated. And then finally, you just need some olive oil. I like extra virgin. You can use regular olive oil. This is just gonna be a little more intense and fruity. Classically, this is done in a mortar and pestle, so you can kind of break down everything. The modern day usually happens in the food processor. So I've already washed and dried these basil leaves. You want plenty. So if the recipe calls for 3 cups, you really want to pack those 3 cups into the measuring cup. About 3 garlic cloves, 4 if they're small, and I like to give them a smash before I add them in. We're gonna give this a pulse. I like to get this going before adding in the olive oil. Presto with pesto. And that, my friends, is classic pesto. But you know me, I like to steer my own direction sometimes. And I love to brighten my pesto with just a little squeeze of lemon. One more little whir, and it's perfection. Once you've got your prized pesto, you can keep it on hand to use for a lot of things. I like to just keep it stored in the fridge. It'll last up to about 5-6 days. A great thing to do is kind of put a little layer of olive oil on the top so that it doesn't turn brown. Got this beautiful green color, and that's how it stays green. I'm gonna show you a few ways I like to serve it up. A pesto pizza is one of the greatest things. Grilled chicken, some red onion. How good does that look? No red sauce required. And of course, tossed with pasta. Add in some cherry tomatoes and some fresh cracked pepper. Perfect for a fast, easy dinner. But my favorite way is to keep it simple. Get some good crusty bread, pour you a glass of wine, spread on your pesto, add some tomato, call it dinner. The simplicity of it all is what makes it so special. It's heavenly. Have I convinced you yet to make it? I hope I have. If you've never made pesto, this is the recipe to try, and let me know when you do. Happy summer. Now where's that wine?